because I have done, yeah. So yes, today's hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video I am going to do my wrap up for May and April. Yes, and I've had haircuts and it feels very nice. Well, in today's video I'm going to talk about the books that I've been reading through April and May. I think I made a video where I'm talking about the books that I've read in March. So let's talk about the books I've been reading. So I'm going to start with the books that I have here at home. I can tell that I've DNF'd one book since my last wrap up. And I think we're gonna start with that book. So the first book is Kisses from Hell. This is a book with vampire novels, and yes, here's the thing, I will not continue reading this book. I've read the first novel that was Christine Cost. I've read other books by her when I was younger, so I did buy this book because of her. And so earlier this year I did read that novel and it was fine, it was okay, but I think that the younger me, who, if I had read this when I was 14 or 15, I would have loved this, but today I'm older and yeah, I don't see myself picking this up. So yes, I did DNF it, and DNF it means did not finish. Next is a book that I actually finished in, yes, let's see, I did finish this book in the beginning of April. So now I've finished a trilogy. It feels so nice to actually finish a series. But this is the third and the last book in the trilogy of Lives Sherman. It's a Swedish fantasy, and I really enjoyed this trilogy. It was a great one, and I'm so glad that I actually finished this book, even if it still hurt to know that there won't be any more books about Marielle, because I did really like her, so yes. But anyway, I did finish this and gave it 5 stars. So it was great. So that was all the books that I've read that I have at home. Now I'm going to talk about the books that I have listened to, and one of the books I've been reading is back at my library, so I will put in a picture. But yes, let's continue. After I finished the third book in the trilogy, I started listening to an audiobook called Captive, A Mother's Crusade to Save Her Daughter from the Terrifying Cult Nixium. I will put in a picture of the book. I did listen to this through April, and I gave it 5 stars, and I enjoyed this book, and author who wrote this book also narrated her own book, and I really liked it. It was interesting, sometimes even frustrated, because yes. So yes, that was one book that I did listen to. Then we have another book that I, after that audiobook, started reading, and that book is back at my library, so I'll put in a picture here. But the book is called The Flickan framför muren, and this is what I wrote. This is not my favorite book by this author, but I like that I read the books very easily and fast. So I gave this book 3 stars. Then, when I finished that book, we are in late April, the beginning of May. I started listening to Spiegelmannen, or The Mirror Man by Lars Kepler. This is what I wrote. More like 4.5 stars, but it was a really good book. So this is the 8th book in the Jonalina series, and I really enjoyed it. I can't wait for October to come faster so I can read the new book in the series that comes out. But I also had class or course, so and for that English course I was going to read one book, and I choose to read Star of the Sea by Joseph O'Connor, and this is what I wrote. It took me a while to actually finish this, so I finally finished the audiobook, and I think this was a good book, and I would like to read more of Joseph O'Connor. So yes, and I gave it 4 stars. The last book that I finished in May, and that I have been able to finish, because I haven't been able to finish any other book so far. I started a new audiobook, but so far I haven't finished another book. So the last book is Frostänglar by Ramona Ibener. And this is the second book in the series. So, but this is what I wrote. Ramona knows how to write good thrillers, and I gave it like 4.5 stars. Yeah. So that was all the books that I've been reading in April and May. I think I had a pretty good reading month in May. In April I didn't read that much. I had school, so I wasn't really in a reading mood, and I was pretty much in a reading slump in April, but it felt good to actually been reading something in May. But yes, I have been reading some good books actually, and yes, what have you been reading? Let me know in the comments if you have read any good books recently. But until next time, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Until next time, have a good day and bye.